Hey, y'all. I think I'm live. Let me make sure. It is time for a Media Maverick Monday. I think I should be live. Hey, Anita, I was thinking about you on my walk the other day and thinking about I haven't talked or seen you and was wondering how you were doing, but I did. I was thinking about you the other day. So it is Media Maverick Monday. Let me know if you can hear me. And I'm thinking you can see me, but let me know if you can hear me okay and my audio is good, because up in these parts, we do not waste time. So let me know if you can hear me and see me, and it's going out there, and then we will launch into it. So somebody say something to me. Come on, y'all. Somebody say something. Is the delay that bad that you can't hear me? Is the delay that bad? Somebody? Hey, Martin, Rochelle, Sean. Okay, I'm a bit nervous that no one has typed they can't hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Audio and video good. All right, so let's get rocking. It is Media Maverick Monday. It's Media Maverick Monday. It's Media Maverick Monday. It's Media Maverick Monday. So for those of you who are new to the insanity known as TJ, I am happy to be the chief noisemaker of the Media Mavericks Academy, which means I teach authors, experts, coaches, and entrepreneurs how to book themselves in the media without having a publicist and without being a celebrity. And it makes me happy. And so usually you can find me right here in the floor, because this is where I like to work. And every Monday I dish out media tips. And so today's media tip is coming from Newsjacking. Now, if you have followed me for any length of time and you are one of those people who are serious about landing publicity for your business, your book, or your brand, you must have been completely ignoring me if you have not heard me talk about newsjacking. Okay? Stop ignoring your TJ. If you have been around me, you've heard me talk about that newsjacking is probably my biggest secret that can blow up your business, your book, or your brand in the media quickly. Newsjacking is simply when you take a current event or social media trend, something has popped off, and you inject yourself into the conversation. You hijack it, and then you translate it around your lane of expertise, your lane of genius, and then you insinuate yourself into that conversation to position yourself as an expert. On a practical level, I'm going to give you one of the best newsjacking examples ever that I personally did. It was for a one-on-one client on my top tier of people who work with me one-on-one in Media Mavericks Elite. If I take you on as a client, I guarantee you that I'm going to book you on ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox at least 3 times somewhere in the country, and I'm going to coach you for your media appearance. And so for this particular client, she is a hair loss expert. Her name is Deshawn Bullard. She's a hair loss expert. She's a beast at it, and she's committed, and she loves it. And so one thing that I did was when the Black Panther came out, the scene where the Wakanda warriors, the general, remember, they went into the casino and she put on a wig so she can blend into the more European environment. But baby, when the fight jumped off, girlfriend ripped off her wig and she went to town. And so when I sent out the pitch about her and hair loss, the first line was 46 million women. Let me see. Hold on. There we go. One of my windows activated and started playing the audio. 46 million women. No, the hook was Wakanda warriors are ripping their wigs off by choice, but 46 million women have to wear wigs by force. That pitch, that one pitch, I didn't change it. It was the same pitch. got her ABC, NBC. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Novelette. I don't recognize those names. Are you guys new? Welcome. Thanks for coming to play with TJ. And whoever invited you, I'm happy they did. So whoever shared or didn't that invited somebody else into this insanity, thank you. But that one pitch got her ABC, an invite to ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox, that one pitch. So that is Newsjacking. And if you don't already have my Newsjacking guide, it's totally free. You can get it at iamanoisemaker.com. iamanoisemaker.com. Type it in, somebody. Anita, I see you still here. Will you type that in for them? iamanoisemaker.com. It's totally free. It's about a 20-minute read, but it will break down Newsjacking to the nth degree. Now, with that said, I am particularly harder on my media mavericks. Those are the people who have taken my DIY class, and I've taught them how to book themselves in the media without a publicist, without being a celebrity. And I'm particularly harder on them, and I hold them to a much higher standard. But I figured that, hey, Erica, I figured that I should let you all know that I always tell them, when I give them a Newsjack example, I always tell them, you vet, you research, you Newsjack responsibly, in that order. Because nothing will damage your credibility any worse than if you, hi Patrick, if you, Dimitri, what's up, cuz? If you do not vet your story, if you pitch the media off of false information or something that is a hoax, you are just shot. And I would take that a one step further, that if you post things on social media that you have not vetted, and you know, because people are famous for not reading. So they'll read the headlines of something and then decide that that they are just going to go off. And so an example, one of the things I wanted to show you guys, I saved this article that I'd seen. I'm going to share my screen. And okay, so you guys should be able to see that. So I wanted to show you this headline. Now, when I first saved this in my saved list, the headline was 28 TV and movie roles that were famously recast. You see that? But the link itself had a picture of Roseanne when it first happened. So 28 TV and movie roles that were famously recast. That's the headline. But it had a picture of Roseanne. And for those of you who remember, Roseanne got booted off of the Roseanne show because of racist comments. Now, if you click on the article, though, if you actually open the article, let me make sure that this shows you the next screen. Hopefully, I want to make sure. Maybe it doesn't. I have to actually, hold on. I think I have to manually tell it to, hold on. Okay, so hold on. Hopefully I can do this because it's not letting me. All right, hold on, guys. Take you to the screen that I want to take you to. It's not letting me change that, but let me make sure it's going to be back doing what it's supposed to do. But it basically, the article that it takes you to, it gives a list of 28 actors, but the article has nothing to do with Roseanne. Now, here's what I wanted to say before that. When I read the comments of that particular headline, people were going off and defending Roseanne, and, you know, the Republicans or the people who, you know, were on her side, they were just going off. And it turns out the article wasn't even, hey, Naka, the article wasn't even about Roseanne. It wasn't. So it was almost a bait and switch. The article listed Sarah Chalk, who used to be on Roseanne, but she now is, dog, I wish I could show it to you. Let me see. But she plays Becky on Roseanne. That's who they were talking about. And they had two different Beckys. That's what they were talking about. That's what they were talking about. They weren't talking about Roseanne. So you got all these people who have worked themselves up into a frenzy over something that wasn't true. So that's the first example. Then another example is, let me see what else I opened. Hold on.
A wealth of information.
One of my tabs is activated. Hold on.
A wealth.
Okay. So then this one should be able to come up for you. So this article, this kind of came out around hurricane season that just happened. And there was a picture of Anderson Cooper. If you can see this, there was a picture of Anderson. My screen is not cooperating. That shows, it looks like Anderson is making it more extreme than it is in where he's reporting from, but you can see his camera crew are standing in water. And so then everybody hit for sure, the crazy it is, you need to see it 2 or 3 different sources before you respond to it. Exactly, Mache. And so everybody went crazy. Donald Trump Jr. retweeted it out. And I forget what Anderson responded, but basically it came out that it was an old picture. It was, yeah. So the answer is, you see it kind of towards at the bottom, it says, the question, did Anderson Cooper exaggerate his live shot during Hurricane Florence as these tweets suggest? So you see that Donald Trump Jr. shared it and called him out. The answer is no. This photo was taken in 2008 as Cooper and his CNN team covered Hurricane Ike. And what we found is the photo has nothing to do with Florence and seems to be used out of context to make the media look bad. So, and I forget what Anderson came out. Okay, here it is. It says it here in this article. It says, Cooper addressed the photo in a segment on CNN Monday morning. He explained that he was only standing in the deep water so he wouldn't get in the way of evacuation efforts, which are happening on a nearby road with only a few inches of water. In the clips, Cooper is seen referring to the nearby road along with the camera footage of the clear roadways and evacuations. Cooper also explained that his cameramen were standing in the road to keep the equipment dry. So once again, lost credibility. And this is not a for or against Donald Trump Jr. Y'all know when I do this kind of stuff, I don't really care whose side you're on. I really don't. When you newsjacking, it is my job to equip you with the best possible information. So anything that happens controversial, I typically don't care what side you're on. I am called to teach you how to make noise about your business, your book, or your brand. So that was that one. Be aware, you have to vet, research multiple sources before you put yourself out there newsjacking. There's another one that comes to mind, that every time during one of our natural disasters, folks start sharing pictures of price gouging. And they have these makeshift signs where, you know, stores are supposedly charging people $30 for a case of water. And comes to find out, if you look closely at a lot of them, it's photoshopped. But people are sharing these photos. You know, that they're true. They're true. They're sharing them all over the place. Yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, was it yesterday or Saturday, where Facebook inboxes blew up over this Facebook hoax of, hi, I just got another friend request from you. Folks were sharing this for days. for days, and it was simply not true. And personally, for me, now this is where I will get personal. Anytime you tell me I got to forward something, just by definition of how TJ is hard-headed, I ain't forwarding jack. So if that means I don't love Jesus because I don't type amen, or if I don't send this to 10 people and you supposed to get it back, that ain't happening. So just so you know, I completely ignore them most of the time. So there's that one. And it was one more that I thought about. Let me look at my notes. It was that one. Oh, I know what it was. I taught this to them. I brought this up to the Mavericks the other day. So there was a blog post by this website. I forget what it was called. And it was talking about how Malcolm Jamal Warner and Tracy Ellis Ross are such great friends, you know, even though that they're divorced. And it was based off an Instagram. It was based off an Instagram post from Malcolm congratulating Tracy on whatever she was accomplishing. I forget. Now, if you don't know, Malcolm and Tracy used to be on a show together where they played a married couple called Read Between the Lines. One of my friends was executive producer on it. And that's what he was referring to. Oh, that's what it was. Celebrating her on her Emmy win. I think it was her Emmy win. Don't quote me on this. I'm not sure I got all the things straight, but my Mavericks may remember this because I taught it to him when I did have the article in front of me. So he was congratulating Tracy on her Emmy win or something that had to do with, hey, Richard, that had to do with Blackish. And so this person wrote an entire blog post on how wonderful it is that Tracy and Malcolm still remain good friends after they were divorced. And I had to second guess myself and go do what? Research. Because I'm like, did I miss it? Malcolm Jamal Warner and Tracy Ellis Ross used to be married. So I had to go research. The whole blog was based on false information. What do you think? I'll never go to that blog again. Just by nature, it wasn't trying. It was a rumor, you know, because some blogs are written, you know, especially the gossip blogs, they're written from the perspective of it was rumored. So at least you know it was rumored. No, this one wrote an entire article based on wrong information. Credibility shot. Totally shot. Don't do that. And don't, if you do, don't associate your name with me. Now, Mavericks, I hold them at a higher standard. They know, especially because I'm usually friends with all my Mavericks, and they know I will slide into your inbox with the quickness if I see you share something that I don't think you have vetted or I don't think is accurate. And more often than not, they're like, "Oop, coach, you're right. I didn't look at this source." They took it down. They took it down on even the GP of it hadn't been completely vetted. They didn't have the whole story. If you are going to newsjack, y'all, please, by all means, please make sure you vet the story. Look at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different sources. It needs to actually also show up on the major sites. Hey, Roz. Hey, Trista. It has to show up on the major sites as well. And then get all kinds of angles. I subscribe to Republican pages. I subscribe to liberal pages. I like a well-rounded viewpoint of what has popped off in the media. Now, here's the other thing. I just lost my train of thought. Wait, what was I going to tell you? If you actually read something that somebody is quoted as saying, Mache says, quote, "Don't believe everything you read on the internet, Abraham Lincoln." Exactly. Exactly, Mache. But if you are reading an article and it's quoting a person and it has the accompanying video, watch the video too, because things get lost in translation because you're putting your own biases, you're bringing your own interpretations to it. So when you hear it from their mouth of how they said it, it sometimes may not mean what people are up in roar over. How many times have something popped off, people mad as all get out, and you go listen to it and you was like, that's not what that person meant. I really don't think that's what that person meant. They've taken that totally out of context. And then go make sure you listen to the entire interview, if you can, to get the context of what you're quoting. Now, this is only applicable if you really are serious about your credibility and how you are perceived in the media. This is only serious. If you're one of those willy-nilly people who don't care, that people can't trust what you say, people know. I have established, Bert says, oh man, you mean everything written on the internet isn't true? Can you believe that, Bert? Like, people actually take time to write stuff that's not true, that's not vetted. People know I ain't sharing nothing that I don't know to be true, or that I can't vet the source. Not gonna happen. Totally not gonna happen. And plus, sometimes I don't share stuff because I ain't got time to vet it. I just don't. So I'd rather not share. And I'm not gonna post it and say, y'all, I haven't vetted this, because people don't read. So next thing we know, we sharing stuff, and we share. How many times have I had to go through stuff and I'm going, this ain't true? It depends on how much kind of time I have. If I'll take the time to go to Snopes.com or some other source that will contradict what they're posting, and I'm like, calm down. None of this is true. It's not true. But it has me looking at you sideways, that you're willing to put inaccurate, unvetted information out there. Then I can't trust you. And once I can't trust you, then I really am not really paying attention to anything else that you're sharing, because you're not trustworthy. Your credibility is shot. Dr. Alley says, yeah, do your homework. I even double check the news articles. Exactly. Especially when it comes to autism, deaths, missing, etc., because I can't afford to mess up my credibility based on hashtag fake news. Tanisha just brought up an extra point, or it's a super old news story. Now, I will admit, I've gotten early on my social media years, I've gotten. I got on that. Now, I'm extra sensitive about checking to make sure this is a recent story. How many times have we seen somebody, rest in peace, and you sitting there going like, I thought they died 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And turns out the article was 5 years old, and they sharing it like it's new. Oh my God, rest in peace. They died. I'm going to look at you crazy. So with that said, vet, research, newsjack, in that order. Vet, research, newsjack, in that order. You got me? You cannot say that you listen to TJ, that you sit under me, you take in, you soak in what I tell you, and you get caught slipping, sharing erroneous information. Bert says, in the age of social media, it is even more important to vet the sources. Blogs have appeared to become the new news source, and you got to check those. And Anita says, I hate when blog posts don't have publication dates. Dr. Alley says, or when people share memory info from Facebook. What do you mean by that, Dr. Alley? When people share memory info? I don't know what that means. Dr. Alley. All right, so that is your tip for the night. And if you don't know already, my very first live event, Serve the Media, is coming October 27th in Atlanta. I'm super duper excited about coming and teaching in person. And if you like my energy through my Facebook Lives, you're going to really enjoy me in person. So it is my request that if you are serious about going to the next level in media, I am your greatest resource of how you can do it without being a celebrity, without having a publicist, without tons of followers, without having huge insider connections, because you're sitting here spending time with the one insider connection you need. So if you go to Serve the Media, Dr. Allie, Anita, will y'all type that for me? Servethemedia.com, servethemedia.com. If you go to servethemedia.com, that's where you can actually get tickets. Early bird has been extended till next week because I didn't do some stuff I was supposed to do, so I didn't want nobody else being penalized. So early bird has been extended to next week. Dr. Allie's clarifying for me, like years ago, repost, some may believe it's current news. Oh, yep, that's right. I got you. I see what you're saying, Dr. Allie. So servethemedia.com, meet me in Atlanta. There is general admission and VIP. VIP is a little over halfway gone. And that's it. So unless y'all got questions, you got something to say, I'm going to count it down. I'm going to get back in the lab and do my thing in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Any questions? Anything you want me to talk about? And anything you want me to do a Facebook Live around? Dr. Allie says, don't miss out on TJ's live. Her media coaching is everything. Thanks, Dr. Allie. 5 hugs, Bert. 4. Charlotte said, I'm excited. VIP ready to take action. Yes, Charlotte, I can't wait to hug you. Where am I? 3, 2, sending you hugs, Anita. 1. See you guys next week. Bye.